movie is blowing everybody out of the water in terms of ticket sales. $162 million opening weekend. That takes down the Mario Brothers movie, which brought in a staggering $146 million over their opening weekend. This topped that. People are going crazy. It's a projected to have a pretty steep decline in the second week, but I don't know. No one expected it to have such a strong opening weekend. So I think in a time where we're worried about movies, where we're worried about the future of theaters, and if there's going to be enough big movies to warrant keeping theaters open, it's sort of it's a good thing because we know people are still willing to go to the movies. It's a good thing that people are still willing to go to the movies multiple times. So those are all positives. I have been seeing some things online where there are trends going on where people are making a mess of the theaters for clout or for clicks, especially with this movie. So, Luis, you outed yourself as a movie theater general manager last episode. So how has your experience been with the Minecraft movie? Have you had any of those terrible experiences with people throwing popcorn and drinks everywhere in the theaters?
So I'd like to say that I love my community around the movie theater, right?
Okay.
And in order to love your community, to create a community, it takes a while, and you got to be very involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've been blessed by the work that I've put in at my own theater to where, like, I haven't seen anything as outrageous, but we were swamped, man. I will tell you that, like, so I think the original estimates for the Minecraft movie were like around the 80 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doubled. Like
Yeah.
that's not something that just falls out of nowhere. It struck gold, social media wise, and it was a video game like movie. Now we're gonna have to keep an eye out for those, but yeah, we were busy nonstop last weekend, and actually I was late to one of our friends' birthday gatherings yesterday because I had to stay an extra 2 hours to give a hand and just damage control. So it hasn't been bad, but I have heard of the trend. I mean, let's talk about it. The trend is there's a scene that references the video game character of Chicken Jockey, right?
I don't play Minecraft.
You don't play? Do you play Minecraft?
I do not.
I do not play Minecraft. No.
I am not the target audience for the Minecraft movie. I'm not someone that's you point me in a direction, say go kill this enemy. I'm in, baby.
And
hey,
that's what
build
it is.
stuff. I can't build stuff. I'm not a builder.
Okay, but so there's a couple scenes that are iconic that make direct reference to it. But I guess at some point in the first weekend, there were some kids, and I think this was out of Australia first, in the theaters over there. But they were like, "Oh, that's so cool! Let's like try and just make the biggest festive thing out of one scene happening." And it was kind of like, for us, it would have been like Avengers, right? So Avengers Endgame, spoiler alert if no one's seen Endgame, when Captain America goes and like grabs the hammer and he goes and says Avengers Assemble, like everyone clapped, right? That's a big reference to the Marvel comics and all that. So it's gotten out of hand because, like you said, it's for clout. Everyone's recording. What can I do? I'm going to record this scene. What can I do? What's the craziest thing I can do in a movie theater? So I'm going to shout. I'm going to throw my popcorn. I'm going to throw my drinks. We're going to like jump around. There was unfortunately one location, I don't know what theater, but I feel sorry for them, where someone snuck in a live chicken to reference the point of Chicken Jockey. And so like at this point, like, everyone's doing it for the reaction, but they're not thinking of the consequences, not thinking about the other people's experience. Like, you have families going to watch this movie, and it's like, oh, your kids played it, or I might have played, I might have built something with my kid, and I'm now going to go and watch it. And at the end of the day, like, I think social media or TikTok or the trend has gotten to a point where it's borderline dangerous for some people.
Yeah.
So again, for me, I have the support of like my managers. They're doing what they can to help out, to be preemptive. People have been doing theater checks. So I'm located thankfully next to like a mall, and they also have off-duty cops and security, and so like they're just checking in, making sure everyone's okay, everyone's safe. And like at the point of like, I think we gotta get back to like, yes, enjoy it, have fun, react to certain things when it's funny, when it's sad, have those emotions, but also be aware, like, what's over the top, when you're like pretending or you're just looking for attention at that point, like, and,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna die down a lot because I've seen a lot of locations, and I've seen a lot of things where like attendance is still going, but we now know how certain kids are going to react, and we're aware of it. We're giving warnings, and from that point, it's like, you chose. There's still some sort of respect. If you don't follow the rules, what's going to happen?
Yeah. Maybe the tagline should be a Minecraft movie, good for business, bad for ushers, just because.
It is hard though too, because that was always the thing that kind of sucked when working the movie theaters, is the kids who are not even just the kids, but when people do throw and make a mess. That's why I always love the Deadpool movie, because at the end he kind of made a reference about like, hey, clean up your seats and go. It's not their job them to clean up your mess.
Yeah.
So it does suck that there's a trend of like, oh my gosh, let's throw our drinks and our food. Like, one, you spent money on that sucks, or someone did at least. And then two, it's the fact that you're leaving it to where someone has to clean it up. That's lame. That sucks.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It's disappointing to say the least. But hey, it's making buku bucks. Like I said, $162 million opening weekend so far. It's grossed $220 million. In the U.S., we're at 213 overseas, so it's made $434 million worldwide in just a weekend, which $500 million in just a weekend is absurd. But I think again, it's a good thing that people are still willing to go to the movies. So I do worry that if studios start to see that these are the movies that make money, we'll just ultimately get to a point where these are the only movies that studios are willing to make or take a risk on. And as someone who is a cinephile, like, I love those sort of middle of the road, mid-budget movies where, it's nothing huge, but it's original. It's just quality filmmaking. Those could be something that, that could be an era of the past at this point. If studios and production companies aren't willing to take the risk of putting those movies in theaters, so it's a little disappointing.
I have a counter to that, and I'm just thinking like, this was a successful movie. This is a successful movie. It's going to keep going.
Yeah.
But at what cost, right? And if studios do decide to continue with these trends, with the social media and all that, I say let's put a higher price tag on those movies, because you're making people work more than they should, and then damage costs, like, that's another thing that you got to build into the ticket. So like, if you're expecting a movie to have that sort of reaction where people are going to go crazy and just want to do that, raise the price on those feature movies, right? But then have your movies.
Dangerous game.
It is, but and let's be realistic. Otherwise, because not everyone's going to follow the rules, not everyone's going to be respectful. So yeah, if you absolutely have to go see this movie, then let's raise the price to it and have them go. But then for the other movies, like a lot of times the cheaper the matinee pricing for the good movies, and I think there's a chain, there might be 2 or 3 that they bring back the Oscar movies, but they do it at a cheaper price. I think it's like a $5, $6 ticket. So if that's the case, like, let's negotiate different pricings for different movies, expecting different crowds.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting thought. I guess again, conversation for another day. We can dig into that maybe. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that just because it's huge right now.